Hello, my busy bees. How are you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. It is Sunday and it is fun day, and I figured let's throw in some pigments today. Why not? I mean, I feel pigment or what? That would be my quote of it. And big, bold lashes. So I'm going to give it a few minutes or so, set up my goodies while people come in. If no one comes in, you're still welcome to come watch afterwards. I will definitely make sure to leave this up to watch later. And I will get on started. I mean, I might as well go with my favorites, pigments of all, black and yellow. Hello. But I figured no, we'll work with some pigments, we'll work with some glitter, we'll work with a bunch of different little things. So I even found a Milani. Hey Lorna, how you doing, honey? Let's see here. I'm just pulling out some things to work with. I haven't figured out exactly what I want to do, but I figured pigments or what? Might as well do that. And I've got the black I've used before, but I was like, you know what? Let's do a little black and yellow. Hello. I'm doing good. I was out there in that hot weather. Shouldn't have been, but had to go grab some things, get ready for school starting tomorrow at home school, but make sure I got breakfast and snacks because, first day of school, traditionally my grandmother used to make us all a real big breakfast, and I'm just going to keep with that tradition, just do some bacon, pancakes, eggs, and then get started with homeschooling at the kitchen table. I figured that would be the best way to do it. Yeah, 5. I'm using Old Faithful here. She's a Dollar Tree oldie but goodie. They keep always having there, and it works really good as far as a pigment. Um, Not a pigment, I'm sorry. It works really good as a eye base, which is this foundation from ColorMate. It comes with a little sponge. I know it's a lot, but my my hand has been killing me. So I've got to work with what I got. Big sponges and whatnots. Let me close this window. Miss Jess Gus is starting to premiere. Yeah, I mean, they're calling us still, trying to be cute about it, saying we will be going back to school. We will be doing this. Yeah, you will be doing that on your own, not with my babies. But I'm not going to let them fail either. So I told them today was their last day of BSing. I mean, yesterday was supposed to be the last day of BSing, but today is technically the last day of BSing with their video game systems and back on school mode. I don't have any large baggies. I think I do right there. It says, look, at your camera was unplugged, back in a set, different camera, click a different camera. What the hoocha? There we go. That thing did that all on its own. Talking about my camera's been, what's called, look right here, son. There's a large baggie right here behind you, behind my computer. Right here, there should be a large baggie under this stuff you can use. Yes. He's trying to snag cookies. They always want something when I'm on the computer or on my videos. Now that I'm using an old phone to do my videos, and I cannot figure out how to pause that phone at all. So I have to pretty much do it in 2 parts, or just talk right through and just Give them their snacks as they go along. Since we all have to work at the table, I I could trust them to work at their desk in their bedroom, but I tried that when school first started this stuff, and they weren't logging in. So I figured, nope, y'all are not gonna do that again. Yeah, and it is crazy. I don't understand it, and I tell them I don't understand it, and I'm not gonna lie to the school about it. So I have a teacher trying to help me starting every day. I mean, he's even been calling me on the weekends to walk me through how to do the computers for logging on and checking in. And they had to send me like a thick booklet of information for the little one's computer. I was like, y'all tripping. You really are. So let's see here. I've been using this little Ozo thing from Ipsy, which is like super cute, but they want to charge you $26 for this. Claiming it's $26. They put it in the box, in the bag, in a $12 bag. So how is it going to be $26? But that's what they claim. And I'm just gonna dust this up here. I'm not even gonna. I'm kind of using it to set my underbrow and everything before I go in with a black. Yeah, they try me every time with that technology. My kids know I will just turn everything off. I will turn it all off. There's no reason for them to lie to me about it. Turn it off. But that's the one thing. They are really good when it came to school mode. They will turn off their video game systems. They will not play them Monday through Friday. They will actually not go on until Saturday afternoon, and they know they got to get off Sunday afternoon. Now the problem is getting some PE in, and it's already, honestly, today is 102 degrees, and I went to go just exercise in the parking lot when I went to go get my groceries, for the week. Not really for the week, but for a few days. So I parked really far from the door, like, in the daytime I do that. Well, at night I don't, but in the daytime I do. So I can get a good walk in. And I didn't realize it until I got in the store exactly how hot it was. And I started feeling dizzy and sick from it. So I was like, oh, no, no, no. This is not a good thing, especially for my asthmatic plump baby in the room. He cannot handle the heat like that. So, and I don't have any carpeted area except in his bedroom. But we have cats and dogs, and that's just too much dander for me to play with. The rest of the house is all tile. So that makes it easier for me, but harder on his muscles and joints to get up and down. I kind of just slide around until I get to where I need to go once I'm on the floor. So I got to help him out with that because we have to start doing PE. I think we're going to, I was telling my mom, you may see us more often now, even though we got this whole quarantine thing where you're going to see me more often. She says, why? I said, because we need your rug. Her whole house is carpeted from one end to the other. So we need her floor so that we can exercise at her house. Yeah, I don't know what it was last night, but I could not sleep. I couldn't sleep with the air conditioner on, and I couldn't sleep with the air conditioner off because it was hurting my bones being so cold, and then hurting my stomach being so hot. My poor daughter, she was up and down all night with her stomach. We don't eat late, but we can't get too hot either, or it'll just make us super sick. So I don't even know what temperature it was, but I told her tonight I'm going to keep the air conditioner on at least at 75 to, see when it's going to shut off. Because right now it's at 70 degrees as far as the air conditioner. These brushes are nice that I got. I got them in Lorella, but they are still a little too soft for blending as far as, that goes when you're trying to mix colors together to make them cohesive. And it's kind of hard for you to see what I mean because of it's a light brown. But yeah, I was feeling myself today. I told him my B movie is going to play on repeat, but my son has taken it off again. I always walk through the room like black and yellow, hello. So I put on my black and yellow headband and figured I would do some super smoky eye using some loose pigments. But yeah, it is. I mean, I know we need the heat, and I know we need summer and all that because apparently the heat is what's going to kill this virus. But those who are not as lucky as some of us to have a town that requires air conditioners, because we have so many elderly people here that retire here and they die from the heat, it is required that every condo and apartment come with air conditioning, at least one unit. So I feel really awful for those who are not required or have mobile homes and are not required to have air conditioning and they're suffering in that heat. It's not fair. I think it should be required for all landlords to keep us with heating and cooling. Hey, Christine, how you doing? I just figured I'd jump on here for a little bit, get me some watch time in, and I figured I would do a black and yellow look because I'm into my B movie today. So I'm all black and yellow, hello, and using loose pigments on my lid and some glitter pigment on my lid. Yeah, that heat is no good. And then the rain, oh, we get monsoons too. And I'm in a flooding area, a terrible flooding area. I was good until I had to go out in this 102 temperature and get a few things for the kids to start, having school breakfast, school everything. Even though the school has provided us with these cards to go scan and pick up our breakfasts and lunches for the next day, I can't always do that, with, just the pickup spot is not anywhere near my house. So it's like, it's not fair for me to have to go so far to pick up whatever microwave breakfast you're providing. I thought it would be easier, so I picked up a few things for them that I know they'll like, and then the days that I can go pick it up, I will. But I was good until I had to go out in that heat, thinking I was going to exercise by walking the parking lot, parking really far from the door. Yeah, that wasn't the best idea in 102 temperature and with a hoodie sweatshirt on. So, because I was in the air conditioner again, I was feeling cold. I'm cold in my house and I'm cold outside, but I'm only in the air conditioner in my car for a little while. I need to start thinking better when I go out. This is that black from the Chit Cosmetics. It's like a silvery black. I thought that was really pretty. And I should have used a black base, and I didn't. I just used the regular moist base so I wouldn't have to deal with a lot of fallout, which I actually don't have a whole lot of black fallout. I had more fallout from the brown that I used to blend than I did with the black. But we're talking about, I feel it here, we have the right to, like, it's a requirement that every apartment and every condo house has to have air conditioning because we have so many retirees out here and they will die of heat stroke. Like, we literally have to watch out for we have alerts every so many hours a day where they'll say, check on your neighbor who's elderly, bring them ice, bring them water, just to make sure that they're safe. That's why you hear a lot of ambulances go by when I'm on in a video at night, because that's one of the the downfalls is I have a lot of, people that I can't check on because I don't know them, but they have their young kids around here that can check on their family members too. But if we're outside hanging out, I always make sure to bring a few bottles of water out with me when I clean my car. So just in case they're out there hanging out with their grandbabies, I'll ask them, hey, you want some cold water? You need some cold water? You need a little drink with your grandbabies? Thank you. I was figuring I would play with some other, like, build it up. Yeah, it is terrible that there's so many of them every year. That's one thing that they clock us with, is every year how many of us die from the heat stroke. But I was saying it's a good thing because of the corona dies in the heat. So if we can get her killed in the heat, then bring us a nice cool winter, we should be good. But winters can be brutal here too. Ooh. So this is, it says mermaid scales. I thought it was just going to be like an inner corner highlight, but it's a very pretty golden silver glitter. And I'm just going to use some setting spray to make it stick. That was not the idea. I wanted to just have like an inner corner highlight, and I'm going to use this other gold, but this works too. I'm kind of scared of it. I don't know what you guys think. I'm kind of scared of it because it's in my inner corner. But it's stuck, so that's good. I mean, it's a very weird glitter, and it comes with a shield on it, but not a shield to like help it shake out like a salt shaker. So it's like a white glitter. I should have put it in the middle of my eye, but instead we're gonna use the Kat Von D because I want to go black and yellow. Hello. Yeah, so far so good. But they do, you know how they tell us statistically every year how many people die from getting hit by cars, or how many people may die from certain issues that happen in our lives. They literally make a point to tell us how many of us die from heat stroke here or dehydration. So we have to keep an eye on our elderly big time. The young ones, I really care for them too, most of the little ones. So my neighbor, he's good. He's got his kids out early with the water. Because I tell him, if you don't do it early, don't do it at all. I'm not trying to have an ambulance at his house or her house. They always see the ambulance at my house when it's for me, and it's usually late at night. But other than that, it should be okay. And I tell them it's not their fault. It's just, and there I go, and I forgot. I was supposed to pick up some more Ensure, and I forgot to pick up some more protein drinks because that's my problem at night. But I'm cooking tonight. I'm cooking for myself tonight. I'm hesitant to put it on video because it has canna oil in it, and I don't want it to get clocked by YouTube. So I figured if I was going to do it, I would do a quick video for Instagram, because that's the only way I get an appetite now, as I have to cook my food in the CBD oil or in the canna oil that I get from the collector. If not, I'm not going to eat. And I didn't realize I was not eating as much as I should have been eating until I fell out the other night. Boot drinks? Is that a protein shake? Oh, Boost. Yeah, I haven't tried. Have I tried the Boost? Yeah, I've tried almost all of them on the market. It's just the Ensure has less sugar in it because I can only have 2 grams of sugar, or I will be dizzy and drunk like a person on with diabetes because of the sugar intake. It knocks me down just as bad as being a lack of nutrition. It will knock me down. So that is that for that part of the eye. I'm going to pull out some foundation. I had too much of it out. I was out with I was on live this morning with Allie, and I helped her with her eye look. She's opening up a Macari or Poshmark something closet for her pinks. Apparently, she still has all her pregnancy clothes, and pink was her color. And I was thinking about it. I was like, I can't do those stores because I don't understand the whole, put the pictures up, buy, trade, and sell type of thing. Thank you. Yeah, it's a Kat Von D. It's supposed to be a body glitter and face glitter, but it comes in just this little old tub. And I figure if you just put a touch and build it up, which I've been sharing it with my goddaughter, so it won't dry out. And that's why I was thinking at my B movie, wait until I put the lashes on. The lashes are going to be big and bold. But I'm trying to see where, yeah, it goes. I was like, where's my foundation and my color corrector? Because I've got some serious bags today. And in my wrist, I've been begging the doctor to schedule me for some x-rays because my wrist is really not been feeling better after they did the nerve test. And I went back and talked to the nerve doctor when they did the second set of tests in my neck and my shoulders, which are not as bad as my wrist. They did that way after my wrist, and my wrists are still hurting and my legs are still hurting. So she told me that my bones were quite brittle and soft. And because of the way I jerked my wrist when they zap you after putting the needle in there, I did jerk this wrist pretty bad. And I told her it's been hurting ever since. And she said, you may have fractured a small bone, or it could have just completely broke. And I'm like, really? The last time I broke a bone in any of my hands, I broke them trying to catch bouquets, one at my sister's wedding and then at my cousin's wedding, which I did get both bouquets. But I did break both of my wrists at the same 1 month after each other. It was crazy. I was like, my mom's like, don't go and break another bone in your body. I wasn't planning on it. I didn't fall into anybody or anything like that. It's just when they threw it and it landed on the floor, everybody dove for it and they landed right on my wrist. And I was like, yeah, that one's broken. and then the next one broke. And these are the only bones I've ever broke in my life, were in my wrist. So I'm using a peach color corrector. It's been my go-to because I've tried all the other color correctors, and for my skin tone, peach seemed to be way better. Oh yeah, it was great though. I caught the bouquets. I still got the bouquets in glass boxes, or little, like the plastic shield boxes. But of course, my jelly sister and my cousin were like, I didn't want you to grab the bouquet. You're not going to get married anyways. Okay, so what? I'm married to my kids. I still want to eventually, be married. Hey, Sylvia, how you doing? One day I do want to grow up and be married. I'm not ready yet because I'm a big kid. And by the time I find a man that I want, I'll have to get somebody way older than me because I'm so set in my ways, and I was raised by my grandparents. So these young men would take advantage of my cater to you attitude. I feel they would take really big advantage of that, more so than someone a little more mature, set in their ways, just like I am. So, and I learned that from just dating, that they are like that. These young men, they're not used to having a job and coming home from work and having a woman actually have their food. Hey, Jessica, how you doing? Yep. I wish I could talk to mine too, but no, I don't want to talk to them. I tell them all the time, you don't respect me, go visit your kids. That's all you need. Today is my black and yellow Sunday, so I figured I would do black and yellow inspired by the Bee movie. I have some gold and some black pigments on. I've been doing good. We've all been doing pretty good except for this heat. I know you've been suffering. You got a nice pool though. This heat here, you don't want to go in a swimming pool at all. It's like a mirror at 102 degrees. It's literally a mirror worth of trying to be out there in that pool. So I told my goddaughter, nope, love you, but I'm not going in your swimming pool. I'd rather sit in front of the air conditioner with the hoodie on. I'm glad to see you came by to visit. I'm glad I was able to get it early enough. Right? Sometimes they need to be corrected. I know my eldest son's father, he calls me just so I can fuss at him about why he's not doing things right in his life. Yep, your pool's like a hot tub, and out here the pools are like being in glass. You'll burn up, you get sunburned before you get in the water all the way. Yeah, my eldest, he always does that. He's like, you always correct me. You always get me back to where I need to be. And I'm like, yeah, but then you don't stay there but like an hour because your mother calls me up and tells me that you're back doing something wrong again. I have the videos scheduled, but I did do a foundation tutorial on just using my foundation to contour my whole entire face, because I found that to be important for those who want to contour and have a hard time with cream contour. Then we have a hard time with powder contour. So I figured let's contour with all our mismatched foundation that we felt that did not match our skin because it's a little too light or a little too dark. Boom. And it worked out great. I'm not putting up too much foundation on right now because I'm starting to sweat under the light. But I am going to put enough on to have it seen. Whoa. And this powder is awesome for soaking up the oil. This Prebella. I kind of just put it on. It soaks up all the excess oil before I start to contour or do anything. Oops. Get out the way, little sign. Right. They have a bad habit of that. Now that they've gotten cell phones, they all want to go and just send us those pictures over and over again. I'm like, I got some saved already. I got enough. I got them when you were in your prime. Now I've got my single fathers asking me if I have any friends, mature friends, because they're like, you know what we like. And I'm like, dads, go away. Because all they want to know is how my mama doing. I'm like, if you're asking me how my mom's doing, then why would you ask me if I have any friends that you can date? Because I'm going to tell them the tea. I'm going to tell them that you have to buy me things first. I have to have my daddy wish fund every month and daddy wish love every year for my birthday. So I like getting my dad on that trip. He likes laughing about that. He's like, oh yes, I know, baby, you got to have yours before your sister has hers. And I was like, yep, because I'm the oldest and I don't ask for much. Once a year I come for my birthday. I don't worry about Christmas, Thanksgivings, and all that other stuff. I send them presents, Father's Day, Mother's Day. Don't send me nothing. I know what you need your money for, because my mother's not gonna take care of you no more. I got some crazy stepdaddies and my biological that don't bother. He's learning how to video chat, which is beyond. I asked my brother, I said, why would you put that man on a video chat? My biological father is 74 years old. I don't know how old he was exactly when he got with my mom, but I know she was barely 17 and in high school, and she liked him. She liked him. He's a military man. He's not bad looking. I'm not gonna lie. He's a very good looking man, but you're up there, Daddy-O, and what you want to be on video chats for when you don't even call us as your children? That's what I was telling him. I was like, there's no reason to video chat with you when you don't even call us.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
sure.
really hot in here.
It's really hot in here
Yeah.
with the air conditioner on and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll turn it up higher. I'll lower it down more. I mean, I'll turn the fan on higher. That guy there. He's only about 10 feet away, but it's really hot in here. He never complains about the heat. Maybe you should put some shorts on.
When I do that, I'm so hot more.
Or maybe go fill up the bathtub with some cold water. Yeah, so you start talking about cold water, he don't want to deal with that. Yeah, I was going through all my eyeshadows and going through to do the video, like I said, of my eyeshadows that I haven't used, or I feel regretful that I haven't used them. And I ran across this little bitty Milani shadow. I said, I thought all this time I didn't own no Milani. And I do. I actually own a Milani eyeshadow. So I was like, yes, that is what I'm going to use to smoke out the bottom of my lashes. My bottom line, because I like always adding a burst of color. There we go. Now I'm going to use a different brush because your girl ain't got no eye, really no bottom lies at all. Had to close my eyes just to blend properly, or it's going to be on my cheek. Woo! Went right into my eye. Yeah, Allie and I were on live earlier on her channel. She did a beautiful burgundy look. I was kind of jealous. I was like, girl, let's do it this way. Let's do it that way. Put these lashes on. I was like, let me do your makeup from my camera on this side so that I can be entertained. Because she's like, oh, let's put our makeup on together. I was like, no, it's too early for makeup. It really was from my time. It was too early for me. But now it's like 4 o'clock and it's perfect. So I don't melt it all the way. And I figure I'll use, woo, Lord. Has anybody else had a problem with their Fenty highlight where it's just like glitter? Because that's what it feels like to me. It's just glitter. So I'm going to have to put on a little. That's my Oprah setting spray. She's the only one that hangs in there. There we go. I have to dab it on and then blend it out. Because if not, it is literally like specks of glitter. It's not like a smooth highlight like Oprah highlights are. Whew. And that's that trophy wife. You did. I know. I think I was there on your live. Get ready with me for a little bit. Sometimes I get up and I can't even talk half the time in the morning because I can't see it. So I just watch you guys. In a lot of the premieres, I'm there. I give my thumbs up, but my eyes have been getting worse and worse. So it's time for another appointment. See, I don't like the way it does that. I mean, it's pretty. You see it, but to me, it's like speck. On this side, it's smooth. Maybe I need to take some tape to it and take off that first layer. I think because it has like a glitter sheen overlay on it that's bothering me. Thank you. It's inspired by my favorite cartoon, the Bee Movie. And that's why I call everybody my busy bees, because I love bees. They're just so carefree. They have nothing else to worry about. Oh Lord, what did he do with my phone? But we have everything to worry about when it comes to bees. Because without them, we won't have fruits and vegetables. We won't have a lot of things. So I find them to be very, very important. This is I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but this is supposed to be a Fenty multi-stick. So it doesn't say that you can't put it on there. It just says metallic eye lip crayon 3-piece set. So I hope it doesn't burn out my waterline or my eyes. So far, so good. It doesn't feel like anything's even there. Ouch. Yeah, you and them plums are killing me, Christine. I love those plums on you. And Lorna, that blue, that turquoise blue, you catch me every time. That's the love of my life. A color that I seem to never get to show up on my skin very well. And you, Miss Jessica, you rock the eyes. I always feel you all stuck. We step in a room, mask first, eyes ready to slaughter. Tomorrow's our mask collab videos. They're gonna go up. Mine should be up about, I think they said 2:30 my time, which would be 5 o'clock everybody else's time, to show how our makeup has changed so much with masks. The only thing that's changed is I use less primer and less foundation, because it does clog up, my mask pretty bad. Oops. You're still learning, and we're all still teaching, because I'm not a makeup artist. I'm a makeup lover. So I can't consider myself an artist. But I strive to be. I have skills, and they're multiplying. That's how I feel it. I feel my grease songs come through. Oh, I just can't pick a lash. I can't pick. I want something really, really fluffy. Oh, tonight's video, though, I haven't got it scheduled to go up, but I'm going to do how to clean your lashes with what we got at home. Because it's very important we keep them clean with, Corona being such a, how do you say it? We're told to cover our eyes now. We have to wear shields. And your eyelashes pretty much stop most bacteria from coming in your face. So I figured it would be best if I showed everybody how I sterilize and keep my lashes quite clean, so that I don't get any eye infections, because I've had so many eye problems that I have to be very, very, very safe with them. Now that I'm wearing lashes, I have to be even double that. So that's my trick. I'm going to use basic things we have. I have liquid hand sanitizer, micellar water, some rubbing alcohol for those who can get a hold of it. I was lucky enough to get a hold of some. And then also, what is it? I have a few things. I just have a few things out. I can't remember everything I use. I know you told me that you were going to put that it had been a long time since you put on makeup, and like I told you, you working it out. It takes one day at a time. Before I started this YouTube channel, I only wore makeup when I would go to the club to go see the drag queens, and I would just do their videos, record their makeup, and I would go clean face. They would wonder why I was there clean faced, and when I could do their makeup just as good as I could do my own. And I said, because it's too hot under these lights to be doing your face and my face too. So, but learning the trade, and they thought I was a makeup artist. I told them I'm not an artist at all. I just love makeup. And now I've fallen in love with lashes. Sorry, I can't talk and do my lashes at the same time. Oh no, you're fine, Jess. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you guys taking a few minutes out of your day to spend with me. Oh, don't forget to tell Sean I said hi. And I can't wait to come to dinner. Her son has been cooking a couple of days a week. I told my son, take some lessons from that because, they've been cooking since they can reach the stove. But keep in mind that I won't be there when you're moved out. You got to cook. So I got my 25-year-old that cooks, and my daughter, though, she's the lucky one. She don't have to cook because she knows she's mommy's girl, and she's the only one. So I'm going to cook whatever she wants, whenever she wants. But the boys, they've got to cook for me, at least for Mother's Day and my birthday. So I tell them, you have to learn how to cook. She, though, can order me anything on the fly. So, daughters are good at that, ordering us stuff. But if it's a Taco Tuesday, like your daughter, Christine, I'm there any taco day. And that's what I'm doing tonight for myself. I'm making chicken pasol again, which is just a spicier spicier seasoning. It helps burn fat, is what I've learned, because it has a certain amount of cumin in it and different spices that help burn fat. Since I haven't been exercising as much as I should to keep my weight down, I figured I would burn fat with that and not do so much citrus fat burning, because that just burns my stomach up. Whoa, got a few fallouts here on the lash. Yeah, I was gonna change my glue, and then I realized why. This glue dries so much quicker and easier to work with than any other glue I've ever used. So I just gotta wait for Walgreens to restock. It's always one eye needs the hand, the other eye can use a tool. Yeah, they could take turns if they wanted to. It's just I would prefer, because I live in the kitchen, basically. It's kind of my office is in the kitchen. That's how I can basically say it. So I live in the kitchen. I do everything in the kitchen as far as my makeup, my arts and crafts with the kids. So basically they're in my office space, and that will make me mad. So it's like, it's easier just let me do the cooking. And then I cook like my grandmother. So we cook, clean, and put the food in Tupperware dishes ready to go. So when everybody's done and it's chilled, put it away. I don't want to wait all day long for you to come and eat and do all that. And that's one thing they don't want to do is my daughter. Well, no, I get that right. My daughter does do the dishes. She does faithfully do the dishes for me, especially right now with this thing. I have to keep putting it on and taking it off because it's too. This is a small, and I told the doctor I was like, this is a small, and I've got it wrapped almost twice around my wrist. I need something smaller. I need a child, medium maybe. I didn't know my wrists had gotten that small, but they have. They've gotten extremely small. I can see underneath these lashes, which is weird. Okay, that's good. All right, so that's why I wanted to put on some real big ones, and then I was thinking about putting some little ones at the bottom, but I think that may be too much. Oh, yeah, it's getting bad where I can't even open up the liners. So I want them to check if they don't check my wrist by this Tuesday, I'm going to the hospital. I'm going to drown myself in some hand sanitizer, and I'm going to go to Kaiser. At least I know I can get in and out of Kaiser quickly. No cat eye for this girl today, just an easy slide. Yeah, my grandmother didn't want us to get burned, so she wouldn't allow us to cook. But as soon as my chest was over the stove, as far as the eye, we were cooking. We were all cooking. And I was about 6 when I first started making homemade cornbread, tortillas, and potato salad, things like that, that were what she felt a sous chef could do and not get burned. But one day when my grandmother I don't know what she was thinking or what she was doing, she got sick, and after that, I took over all the cooking duties for all our church functions, for all our family functions, and no one was the wiser. We would never tell, you know how everybody goes to a family reunion and say, who made the potato salad? Nobody would ever say, that wasn't Mama's potato salad, because I knew her inner and outer everything, her soul. Yeah, we had to learn very young, because she told us nobody's going to take care of you when you leave home. And if you want to learn how to, if you want to eat well, you better learn how to cook well. So I've even learned, my mother used to do like, not really like chop, but more like shock therapy cooking. At one point in our lives, and even here, they have rolling blackouts. So when I was about 15 years old, they had a rolling blackout, and I was in the middle of baking cornbread in the oven to go with our Sunday dinner. My mom said, it's no problem. We can hook this up. We're going to finish your dinner. I lived in my own apartment. I'd moved out when I was about, I don't know. I lived in a mother's cottage on the side of my grandmother. Go ahead and get your popsicle. But she taught me how to bake bread in a grill. And so now I can cook almost anything in a grill and bake, and I can bake a cake in a grill. So if I ever felt froggy enough to go camping, which I'm not, I can day camp.
Mom?
Yes. Well, they're right there. Your scissors. These are my lash scissors. Here, we'll use my lash scissors. It's popsicle time, y'all. Popsicle time. He's too hot. He can't handle it no more. Throw that away. Thank you. Yeah, so I want to do that again. I want to show my eldest son, definitely, because that's one of the skills he's been working on, is how do I cook a whole meal on a grill without having to take everything off and on, off and on. And I said, oh, Mama got you. You roll your potatoes and your corn up, double time with foil, but always put a piece of parchment paper in between. Parchment will make it sweat and give it moisture. And you can also wet your parchment paper, cover that in salt, rock salt, before wrapping your potato in it. Throw that on the outer rim of your fire. You know how you got your little round of fire? Once you shake it out, I showed him that. I was like, roll it up, put everything on the side, all your vegetables on the side. And this is under the grill. This is under the mesh. And then on the mesh, I wrap my ribs and everything up, put those on there so I can make my potato salad from the grill. So if Chef Ramsay ever calls me and says, to challenge me to do something, I'm ready for it. I can't cook nothing from scratch though, as far as a cake. So when he wants desserts, those special desserts like a truffle, you guys know what I'm talking about? Where it's like a big bowl and it's layers of cake and puddings, a truffle, something like that. If he ever asked me to do that, I couldn't do it. But I can't, and I can't make donuts, but I can make other things. Yep. But your cast iron skillets, oh yeah. Hey, Zach, how you doing? Yeah, I do cast iron on. It's on. That's our thing. Put the cast iron. I'm walking around here with no eyebrows on. But whew, yeah, I could. I wish I did. I had a Dutch oven. I have a few Dutch oven like pots and pans that you can stick in a fire. Like if we were to do like a fire pit. But I wish I had a like a pizza Dutch oven in built outside or in my house to cook with, because when it's kind of hard to barbecue in the rain. I love barbecuing in the rain, but it's kind of hard as far as teaching wise. I can do it, but now I got an umbrella, but it's not big enough. I need a whole canopy. I told my mom we need a whole canopy to do it properly, because every time that water gets right in there when we open the door, it lowers the temperature. So I would love to have a Dutch oven built outside like a pizza oven to cook in. My goddaughter convinced me to wax my eyebrows again, and I took way too much off. And so now I have to rub the pencil back and forth to get the color off. Yeah, I can make them from the can too, the baker, and then you kind of like you deep fry them, dip them in some cinnamon and sugar, and fill them with some buttercream or frosting. I can do that, but he's not going to want that. I want to go on when he, how he has his top shelf little chef shows, Chef Ramsay. If he's able to ever bring them back, even though they say he's a nasty, bug and his attitude sucks. Or your dog won't shut up. Mine's passed out. She's had her Benadryl treatment for the night. She's out for a little while. Um, yeah, he wants you to make donuts from scratch. I can't remember what that show is called. I love it so much, and I don't know why I don't know what it's called, but because I'm more of a Hell's Kitchen kind of girl. I love hearing him cuss them out, which they have to work by his recipe, but everything is from scratch. But there's a TV show that he was doing with two other chefs. So there's three of them, and they have home chefs, home cooks. Yes.
I have an idea, just open a popcorn and put something and then just swing it and it will pop.
Oh, a popper. Yeah, later we have poppers, but not right now. Yeah, he wants them to make things by scratch, like pound cakes and everything. He gives you everything. He'll give you the egg, the flour, but he's not giving me any instructions. And I'm a more of a measure by eye kind of girl, or by feel, because I've always made biscuits by feel. So I don't know if I could ever pass that level if he ever asked me to make him a dessert. I think that's where I'll be disqualified. I mean, even chopped would be great because I can do a chop. Oh, no problem. You have a wonderful evening, Christine. Thank you for stopping by. I'm not gonna probably be on much longer because of my wrist. But oh, hey Jesse, how you doing? You have a good one. Are you going to a meeting? Make sure you keep me in your prayers. You know, keep we all got to strive and keep each other safe with this. The the lashes that I'm wearing today are from that company, the Tris Chick. They're called Dramatic. It's one of the three pairs of Dramatics, and they came out with lip gloss or liquid lipstick. So I was pretty happy with that. I was like, hey, I didn't get the lipstick in my PR packet. All I got was a clear lip gloss, and they're like, oh, let's send you a lipstick. So I'm liking that company a lot. They're very they're on their game, even though they don't have much products to work with. They're on their game when it comes to their customer service. But how you been, Jesse? What you been up to? I gotta clean off this lash glue container. It's getting too hard to open and close. You have a good night, Christine. I know it's our hour differences are big. 2 or 3 hours can change a lot of a person's sleeping habits. That's why right after Zach's lives, even if he doesn't see me there, I'm there. I'm getting my kids ready for bed, and we're there because it's close to our bedtime. But tonight is the night where everything starts over again. School starts tomorrow. Wish me luck, you guys. I am not. I can teach you anything: crafts, makeup, cooking skills. But as far as being like your authoritarian teacher, especially to my boys, I don't know why it was so much harder on my girls than I was my boys. My goddaughters, my daughters, they all told me the same thing. They're like, Mom, you let the boys get away with murder, but us, we couldn't date, we couldn't do anything. And I was like, well, I don't know. They would always tell me, is it because we can bring babies home? And I don't know. Everybody can bring a baby home, even if it's a cat or a dog. It's still a baby. It's still a mouth to feed. But I just had to protect them more. So I don't know if my kids don't take me seriously. I might have to call my mom because she, on the other hand, I'm still scared of, and she knows it. She's probably in this live laughing right now, not even saying nothing to us because she knows she has me rolling. I'm telling you guys, she can say it one time, my real name, and then she'll say the whole thing and will stop me in my tracks. Oh yeah, I went and picked up these little just one, just to try it out to see if I like it, and I kind of like it, but it's kind of small. Let me show you this little dresser drawer set with the to put my makeup in. It's kind of small, so I think I'm gonna pass that to my daughter and get me one that is a little bit wider drawers, because they don't have to be. I don't need it to be big off the floor. I work off the table because of the cats, and they'll climb up here if I don't have things up here. So it's easier just to have them on the table. And then I organized mine too. I organized all my little um, knickknacks and ins and outs, and now it's time to clean the lashes and clean the lash, all my lash product stuff that I use. You know, get that sterilized and ready to go. Oh, it should. I mean, honestly, the biggest worry is me waking up on time to log them in, to get them, the baby logged in. My 6-year-old, he's going, be in the first grade. So my biggest worry is I'm not a morning person. I'm. It's hard to explain. It's not that I'm not a morning person because I'm up at 4 every morning, but I'm back down by about 6 or 7, and then I'm back up again at 9. So right at that time that they're supposed to check into school at 8:10, I'm asleep. So I'm like, oh my goodness. I don't want to be late because I was late this morning and I was late yesterday when we were running our what do you call it? We do like trial runs on our alarms, and I slept right through my alarm yesterday and today. My son was like, "Mom, it's time to wake up for school." I was like, "How much time do we have?" He said, "It's 7:30." I was like, "Get me at 8 o'clock." And then I should have never said that, but I talk in my sleep. Like I'll have a whole conversation with you and tell you everything you want to hear as far as like the food is and what where I put the food away on what shelf in the kitchen. If you're missing something, oh yeah, I'm what I use to clean my lashes myself. I start with something mild, which is usually the micellar water, and I use it with the one of those very stiff makeup brushes, and then one of those spoolies, and I'll just let me grab it. I'll get an example right now. Let me grab a little saucer because I need a saucer for you guys to see the water in the micellar water in. Okay, so I use a few different things, Sylvia. For deep cleaning, if you can get a hold of some rubbing alcohol, that would be best. But if you can only do light cleaning, these things work just as well. So let's see. These guys are super dirty. This one right here, because I put mascara on over my lashes for some reason. I'm crazy like that. So I got some micellar water, and we kind of let it just get nice and drenched in a little saucer. So I have a little bit in there, and I'm just gonna let it. That's why those things. Oh, these are super dramatics. I was like, why do they look like it's two pairs of lashes stuck on each other? Nope, they're just super dramatic. But I do that, and I kind of just stick them to my mirror, and I'm gonna just brush it with the brush to get all the gunk to come down and off as much as possible. And then just got to keep working it in. And sometimes you got to let them soak for 10 minutes or so. And then just peel off that glue, but don't peel it too hard with like a tweezer or anything, because sometimes that glue is your band. Hey, Shelly, how are you doing? Nina Bonina Brown is giving me an alert right now because she's live. I can't do her live video games, but I love her makeup, her cosplay makeup. So yeah, you can pretty much see the you'll see a big difference with the gentle micellar water, you know, and all the gunk stays in the bowl. I don't know if you can really see all the little specks. And then from there, use just a makeup wipe that's just been dried out. Like let it sit out and dry out. That way you can rub it up against your lashes and make sure you got all the stuff out. I'm gonna turn the camera and do a more detailed of it for you guys so that you can see um, the truth behind the dirty lashes. But basically, that's it. And just comb them out and let them sit down somewhere to dry. Which I like to use the leftover little boxes like this, and I just sit it in there and let it dry and reshape itself like that. So you can either do micellar water or because that's the most gentlest way and without rinsing. And then if you have a rubbing alcohol, same way, just be a little bit more gentle with the band because that band will dissolve. Some lashes aren't as put together as we wish they would be. And then the last thing I've learned to do is the liquid hand sanitizer. Dilute this by half with water because it's a 99%. And then I have like, I have my book, and sure enough, these are dirty now, but when they're clean, just spray them and let them sit to dry after everybody's all dried and after everything's all clean in here, and that will keep them sanitary for your next use. Because having any of the bacteria from the world be on your lashes, and we wear more than, I like to clean mine after every 2 times because I wear a lot of mascara. Like if I'm going out, I'm going to put a lot of mascara on, but because I'm in the house right now today and I'm gone out already, I'm not going to over mascara these ones. But next time I will. I'll mascara them and then I'll pinch them together with my eyelash curler, and so that they blend together. Because sometimes, we're not always on point of getting it right on the edge. So I make sure that they're stuck together so my mom can't say, oh, your lash is lifting. And I'm like, it's not lifting. I just put it too hot. Yeah, you don't want them to waste. And then if you don't have a couple of these little things to reshape it, I use a regular saucer or a regular plate because of the rounded edge of our plates. And I'll just tap them all there and put a little piece of tape down, scotch tape down to hold it down so that the fan blows and doesn't blow them away. But yeah, I want to make sure it's super easy, and I haven't seen anybody do it. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. We all wear lashes, but nobody's showing us how to take care of them. Maybe they assume we already know how to take care of them. And then I seen a video where somebody was like, these lashes have up to 30 uses. How do you get that 30 use? And I was like, clean them, ladies. We got to clean them. So I went to my CVS. I went around being nosy and bad today. I shouldn't have been in the sun, but I had to get the rubbing alcohol. So I called every CVS, Walgreens, and I'm like, I know that everything is scarce, but I called my specific ladies that I know that work there and was like, hey, I know you're on shift today. Hold me one alcohol under the counter for 20 minutes at most. And they're like, okay, we can't do it, more than that. And I'm like, all right. They wear lashes too. So she held me 2 bottles of the really big 91% under the counter. And I was like, thank you, Jesus, because without you, girl, I wouldn't be able to do my lashes. And she's like, you're what? And I was like, my lashes. You forget that I tell you to clean your lashes with rubbing alcohol, either hand sanitizer or diluted rubbing alcohol like this, in between uses to get that excess mascara off and, peel off the glue. And she's like, oh, yeah, I remember you told me that, but I just throw them away after my 3rd use. And I was like, do you know how much money you're wasting? That is a lot of money. Oh, Laura, it's the type in text. It misspells all our names. I mean, if y'all had my first name on there, it would literally spell it Kissie when it's supposed to be Kizzzy. So it's just it's a trip. And I know everybody's like, why don't you use your real name? My favorite baby uncle, he's the baby out of all 5 boys. My grandmother had 8 children. He named me Jovina after one of his favorite actresses on General Hospital back in the day. And before he passed, I think I was 16, 17 years old, I asked him to take me to go get it changed legally because he spelt it wrong. He was 12 when I was born, so he spelled my middle name wrong. I told him the actress name is Jovana, but mine is Jovina with an E. And he's like, yeah, that's what I put there as an E. I said, you also put a B and an I. So we need to change it just to spell it right, on my birth certificate and stuff. And he was like, okay. So we went and changed it. And ever since then, I've used that as my first name to honor him after he passed. Yeah, those are the best 2 things. And if you don't have those, I've even learned because of how much mascara I do use, those bombs that we had got from BoxyCharm, those are some miracle bombs. Because with my carpal tunnel, and I can't do it like this on camera, I'm going to have the camera facing downwards. I was able to literally just rub it between my fingers and show you that bomb dissolved all the mascara and all the, shadows off the glue area, and it helped make the rubber glue area a little softer to clean with the rubber and alcohol without losing my original band of rubber that comes on the band. So awesome, yeah. I keep my finger crossed for everybody who did not get a hold of some rubbing alcohol. And every time I go to the store now, I'm like, I'm looking, I'm not asking. I'm like, I know where it lives. So I'm going to go look in the way back of the shelf and see if they got one and buy one every time I go to the store. I know the Dollar Tree is wiped out. There's no even trying there, but you can get lucky at CVS and at Walgreens because they keep it on such a low shelf. Nobody can get all the way to the back. Yeah, that cherry bomb and the green clean bomb, it goes right through our lashes like nobody's business, and it helps break down the glue too up here. And if you're having any problems, Sylvia, because I know you love your lashes too, I've been using. True enough, I did buy the and Jesse, I know I did purchase this, the Kiss false lash remover. It does not work as good as our regular facial oils. A regular facial oil, I don't like covering my whole face in facial oil, but I kept a few of the sample bottles of facial oil, the little sample packets, and I squeezed it in a little container, and I put that on my. I'll just sit there with the rubbing alcohol, not rubbing alcohol, a tweezer, and just dab it in and just let it drip underneath my lashes, and it helps peel them off really nice. You're a May too? My sister's a May, and we spell it with the Y. And my mom had to have it changed to an E, and I said no, leave it with the Y because she's gonna get mad. She's a lawyer. Her first name's already misspelled terribly. Her name is Adrian, but they spelled it Adron, like for the boy. So the Adron instead of the Adain, something all fancy and cute for girls. And I was like, it's unique. Mine is Marie. So I'm like, I have like 3 middle names, my first and 2 last names because I got tired of collecting stepdaddy last names. The solid coconut oil helps too if you make it liquefied first. Because I know when I put it on solid to take off these the pigments, it did not loosen up my lashes at all. But when I did have it like melt down to a liquid, which I keep some in the closet to keep it liquefied, it helped a lot because I was losing lashes. Child, I was like, I peel them off, and I've got some gray lashes and I got some blonde lashes because of my mom. All her hair is platinum blonde. And when I took them off without anything, I was like, oh snap, I'm pulling out my gray lashes and my platinum lashes. Oh yeah, we in a Creole household, a black household, and now your household, we all got to keep us some coconut oil because it is the best thing for our hands right now with this constant washing hands. And I mean, just get it off the shelf, the cooking shelf. I get the organic one for my son because of his eczema, so he's been living on that his whole life. He came out of the womb with eczema, my poor baby. And we knew what it was. My surgeon was what was she? Laos, Chinese and Laos, and I'm Creole and Filipino. So as soon as she saw him, she says, "Oh, your little old man has snake skin." And I was like, "Are you serious?" And she's like, "You know what that is?" I was like, yeah, child, I know what snake skin is." I was like, "You called him exactly what I call him, my little old man, because his dad is 12 years my senior." And I told him us having a baby after me being in my, 28 and him being so much older than I was, almost, 48 or something like that. My baby was going to be a little old man. And he is. He's set in his way like a little old man. Sam's Club. Because I know we have a Sam's Club here, but I get my coconut oil from my grocery store, my Winco, and I get the real big jars. I get 3 of those, for one for me, one for my son, one for my daughter, and they transport them into squeeze bottles and separate them because we use them everywhere. You know, got to use them in your hair, got to use them on your skin, and you use it to help remove the makeup. Because before I even knew what a makeup balm was, I knew what coconut oil was. Yeah, we have a Sam's Club here. But their coconut oil that I picked up at Sam's Club once before, it had a flavor to it. So I used it. I couldn't use that on his skin. He hates the smell. But we used it for cooking, and it tastes like candy. Everything we fried chicken in it, and it tastes like candy. Uh, it just was really good. So next, I just don't buy that one no more. I keep my label so that I know to get the unrefined, organic, cold press. It has to have all those marks to hit his eczema marks. Because if not, he'll be like, "Mom, I'm itching, I'm itching." And sometimes it is his coconut oil. It may not be unrefined. It may be, or maybe refined too many times, so it's not strong enough. But yeah, it is. I added that to every bottle of hand sanitizer that we own. I took all the hand sanitizers, squeezed them all into a big old bowl, threw in a couple of tablespoons of coconut oil, whipped it in with my mom's hand whipper, and then I rebottled it up. It was the best thing I've ever done for them because my mom has she wants to call it psoriasis, but I told her it's just snake skin, which is basically like inner eczema, which you don't see it, you just feel it, and it's her hands. This part of her hands peel really bad. So now adding the coconut oil to her hand sanitizers and to her some of her lotions that I make for her has stopped the her skin from double peeling. Yeah, the ones that smell good are for eating. The ones are for I feel for more so for eating or making candy with. But the ones that have no scent to them, I can use them with our body hair and eating. You put in your dog's food, okay? Yeah, my heifer won't eat it. She won't eat. She has just changed over. She is God knows how old in dog years, but this October she will be 16 years old as a human years. And just this last couple of months, I've had to start giving her soft food. She has completely snubbed her nose at her hard food again, and she does that every so often. And plus, she wasn't born here. She was born in El Salvador, so I know she prefers me cooking her food, and she does eat with me on occasion because I do use my coconut oil to cook with. Which that's what she has to have, cannibal oil. My poor dog. She's on whatchamacallit. Yeah, Lorna, mix you a teaspoon of it, even olive oil. Just put some oil in your sanitizer, even and in your soap. Like I took our regular soap, our hand soap, and I stopped using hand soap because it is way too expensive. I got some very cheap but very good um, body wash, and I put in a full part body wash to about 10% of rubbing alcohol, and then melted another 10 to 15% of melted coconut oil in our soap, and I shake it until I make it, and that helps too. Stop with all that burning and itching because we're always washing dishes. Oh yeah, you can melt it by leaving it just in the sun or even in a high place. Like mine stays over the stove. My daughter puts hers under the bathroom sink because some reason it's hot here. I mean, we have no carpet. We have nothing but wall to wall tile. So the only carpet is in their bedrooms. So the bathroom gets super hot. There's no airflow, and the only room with the air conditioner in it is the kitchen. So I'm like, it's just crazy. So I stick the coconut oil on top of the refrigerator, on my son's cabinets, and it stays liquefied 24/7. Mine's never cracks back until I put it in the refrigerator. And the only reason why I would have it crack back is because I have to mix it with the proteins, and oh, it is so terrible. You guys don't even know. I can drink a protein shake. It's fine. I can go to have. I love having me a a mango a go-go from Jumbo Juice, and then have them mix in the shot of protein. But to make my own, to like, I don't know, I have to make protein melts. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but it's kind of like a protein bar with the coconut oil, and we use raw gelatin to make it so it's like a gummy for me to suck on, because I can't, lately, I'm having a hard time swallowing. That's the flat out truth. I can't swallow liquids. Everything has to be thickened again. And that's because they just did a scope on me. That's the only reason why this happens. Every 3 to 6 months, they have to scope me, and they put you to sleep, or you're in twilight, and they put a breathing tube down your throat. They put the scope down your throat, and they take stuff out from your stomach sometimes, and they take a lot of pictures. But it makes my throat so hard to swallow food and liquids. So I have to have everything kind of like back to baby mush or ground it up. Yeah, eczema is everywhere. My eczema is in the worst spot, and nobody even knows it. It's right here. I get it right around my underline of my mouth, and it itches like nobody's business. So what I do is I don't put foundation here. That will stop some of the itching. I just don't put foundation on my chin area, but I will set it with setting powder to draw out any of the moisture. And then we all have the dry snake skin, so we coconut oil from head to toe. Even my 6 year old, he's got beautiful skin. He is literally my little butterball. I got my little butter because my mom's the big butter. He's got this golden yellow tint. If I put coconut oil on him, he doesn't even have to go outside. He suntans. So I have to be careful with be careful with him. He gets to use still baby lotion, because if I put the oil on him, child, wake up in the morning and he'll be like, Journey, who burned you? And he's like, I'm not burned. And I'm like, you look like you got sunburn on your shoulders and stuff. And my daughter would be like, oh, I greased him up. I'm like, girl, you can grease him up, but you got to put something on that grease too, or put lotion in between it or something, because of his skin color and whatever texture his skin is from his dad's side. They don't even need the sun to tan. He just tans. So, oh, and also add some vitamin D and B to your guys' regimens every day now too. That was one of the things my doctor was pointing out, saying to double our calcium, double our vitamin D intake, and our B12, B13s, because we're not getting enough sun being indoors and not working as much anymore. And I didn't think of that until just recently, when I was complaining about my bones being so brittle and hurting. And they did that nerve test. So that's something we all have to keep up with. But I love you all. I've turned into an icicle again, and I know you guys are like, she's in a hoodie in the house with the air conditioner on. I know, but I'm so cold. I'm too stiff. I need to get up and move around. So I'm gonna end my live, and I will see you all later. Oh, Jesse, I'm sorry you had Wi-Fi issues. I hate that. It's. I think it's, what time is it? 5:52. It's that time between 5 o'clock and about 9 o'clock. I think they purposely crash our internets. But you have a good night. I love you too, girl. I love you all. Have a wonderful evening. Um, I will make sure tomorrow's video is the face mask, and then the next video will be my how to clean your lashes in different ways. And Jesse, I don't think you hit me up on Instagram yet. Is it still just Jesse S? Because I wanted to send you the links, and so you can follow the lash people that I follow, so that when they come up with their mystery boxes, you can get the first dab on it. You have a good night too, Lorna. And tell your mom I said hi. Everyone who's got their mom there, Shelly. Oh, even Zach, if he's still here. Tell your mom I said hi. And if I don't see her tonight, it's because school's tomorrow morning, honey. And And if I don't go to bed early, like while the sun is still up, so I'm assuming about 9 o'clock, I won't be able to wake up by the time I set for myself, which is I got to be up at 7:30 in the morning, logging into everybody's computer. So I'll see you all later. You have a wonderful evening. Happy Sunday. Ooh, my wrist is